I just wanted to update you on the state of our budget. Recently, the governor came out with his budget proposal that purports to have a 2% increase for public education. Well, when we get into the numbers, that doesn't translate into a 2% increase in East Grand Rapids. In the current year, we're already operating in a deficit mode. We're doing this so that we can preserve critical programs for our students. We believe in educating the whole child. But the governor's proposal still puts us $1.5 million in the hole for the coming budget year. Now, the state has also shifted costs onto districts like ourselves. They've had cuts to state funding, they've mandated that we offer kindergarten, which raises our costs, and they've upped the retirement cost to the district. This has totaled about $3.1 million for East Grand Rapids alone. Now, for the coming budget year, we're going to have about $600,000 less revenue coming in. EGR NOW money that we raised last year will not be there unless our community steps up and repeats that. We're not going to have best practices money. And we have a few other things going on the revenue side, and that's going to cost us about $600,000. On the expense side of the equation, our costs are going to go up about $240,000. Some of that's in step increase that we have to negotiate with our teachers and our staff. We have healthcare costs only going up $80,000. This is tremendous. Between what the state has done with law, what East Grand Rapids has done on its own prior to the new law going into the effect, our costs are under control as it relates to healthcare. So when you add it all up, $600,000 less revenue, $240,000 more in costs, in the deficit we're already in, we have a $1.5 million deficit for the coming year. Now, one thing that is troublesome is we continue to hear comments like, well, whatever we give public education, it's never enough. Well, the facts of the matter are we are operating at 2005 funding levels. With an organization that is people-oriented, it is very difficult to move your entity forward when your funding is flat, yet you have to deliver the same or more service as time goes by. So we feel with the moves that we've made, we have our cost structure under control. But there's one component that's not under control, and that's the retirement rate. It's 24 cents of every payroll dollar, and the state is buying down that rate to keep it at a low level. Just a few years ago, that was 16%. So we've seen a very significant increase in the retirement rate. Recently, the school aid fund has seen money diverted out of it that has typically gone to K-12 education. The state has eliminated the MBT. This was a bad tax, and it was right to eliminate the tax. But the money that flowed from that tax went to the school aid fund. The replacement for the MBT now goes into the general fund. So any way you slice it, the school aid fund is receiving less money. Money has been diverted for post-secondary education. We do not begrudge or have any problem, obviously, with post-secondary education, but that also was typically not funded out of the school aid fund. And lastly, the retirement rate I alluded to, $480 million is being diverted out of that fund. When you add it all up, $1.6 billion, or about $1,000 per pupil, has been diverted out of the school aid fund that should have been coming to K-12 education in districts like East Grand Rapids. So in summary, the state has shifted costs onto districts. They've diverted money from the school aid fund. We've cut nearly $3 million, and we've done it in a manner that's been least impactful on the classroom. But for the coming year, the cuts will come inside the classroom. This is a community problem, and we need a community solution. We will need you more than ever to support EGR NOW, and I know that our citizens will step forward with the generosity they've shown this community through the years. Thank you.